Hi, hello. Welcome to Dear PB, a podcast where you hopefully help you become a better speedrunner, but probably won't. I'm Corva May, but you can call me May or she or her.
I'm Swoos. You can call me SWC or he or they.
And joining us is no one. We have no
Whoa.
guests this week. And that's
We couldn't
because
find anyone.
No, we didn't even ask.
Oh. Who asked?
It's because we are here to discuss changes.
Whoa.
Your podcast is changing, and that may scare you at times, but that's okay. It's part of growing up.
When you grow up, you might notice some changes, and one of them is your podcast format changing.
Yes. So at this point, we've been doing this for almost a year, which is a wild thing to say.
That's a lot. That's probably the only thing I've done continuously for a full year.
Honestly,
It's one of the few.
And in that time, we have noticed some of the problems. It's not like super bad problems, but it's problems for us as the people who have to produce this every week. And that main problem is that it's actually really hard to find people when we have to have them do a run, because it's not like super hard, but it's harder than it needs to be, because a lot of times you have to explain to the runners, like, okay, this is a weird thing where we're going to have you do a run, and it's not going to be very good, but that's okay. So please don't be nervous about it. Oh, it needs to be an hour, but it doesn't matter if the run is like a fake category, so make something up. Like, you could probably tell that as time has gone on, we have been kind of faking more and more categories, just being like, do whatever you want. We don't care. And it's come to the point where we ask people in our Discord, hey, is the run even like a thing that we should keep doing? And a lot of people said that no. And that makes sense, because the original goal with having the run there was so that if you were watching on YouTube, you had just something to look at. But that's kind of antithetical to a podcast, right? Generally speaking, when you're doing an audio format, if you introduced video into the format, you have to try your best to not reference the video, or else it's terrible to listen to. And we have had mixed success with that, I would say.
Right.
So no more video. Then that accomplishes a couple things for us. One, if you are a podcast only, an audio only listener, if you've been listening to it on your podcast app for a while now, there should be less parts that are useless to you, because it's just us talking about a run you can't see. Two, it is easier for us to book people who are involved in speedrunning in some way, but not necessarily runners themselves. So like that's been an issue we've run in a couple times, where we ask somebody who's more involved in the event production side of things, like, hey, would you be in the show? Also, you'd have to do a run. And they were like, I have not done a run in forever. I'm kind of out of the game. I'm much more backstage now. So I don't think that will work.
Yeah.
So that should help us get more guests on the show, hopefully. If you're a YouTube watcher, thank you. But also, we are still going to upload them to YouTube. There just will be like a static image or something. So if that's your preferred way of watching it, you'll still be able to do it there. You don't have to go and download a podcast app right now. But I would recommend it, because a lot of podcast apps are pretty good. Though some of them have subscription services and stuff.
You can take us on the go, in the car, or
you can do that with YouTube.
The plane, or on the bus.
So yeah, that's kind of our reasoning for that. If you have any concerns about that, you can tweet them at us, or actually, no, do it on co-host. Don't tweet. Tweeting sucks.
Co-host us.
Co-host on that, unless you can't get into co-host, and then I guess you can tweet us. Or you can just post in the YouTube comments, and then eventually we'll read them.
Or just post in the Discord. That's something that we have as well.
Yeah, that would actually
use
probably the best way to do it. I forgot that you don't have to be a patron to get into the Discord. Anyone can join.
It's true.
Because a lot of podcasts, that is the case. But not ours. We're different.
We're cool. We're quirky
cooler.
like that.
Yeah. Update number 2. We are going to rework a bunch of the Patreon rewards. Because as you may have noticed, there are a bunch of them listed, and the only one that we really do is the bonus episode. And that's because we have both gotten significantly busier since starting this show.
Hey, we do. We usually, sometimes do the episodes early.
Wait, what?
That's a Patreon thing.
Oh, I think that one might stay. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, no reason not to.
Yeah. But the one that will be going away is the one that's like you get to pick a run for one, like for Swoosh to run. That's never happened. We've done that 0 times.
I would never.
Yeah, we're just gonna probably get rid of that. If you want to continue, if you're at a higher pledge and you want to continue pledging more because you like the show, that is great. We appreciate it. But I don't know if there's going to be any like specific additional rewards for it. The
we'll
Roblox
maybe
tier will
figure
not be
something out.
changing.
True. That's very important.
That will be the same. So if you want that, that's still available for a low price of $10,000 a month.
That's not too
If you
bad.
want to watch us do Roblox. Is that it? Is that all of our changes? Did I get them done in 7 minutes?
I think so.
Yeah. Let me quickly. I should have like taken more detailed. I mean, no, I shouldn't have. You know,
No.
you're listening to this now.
would
You knew what
never.
you were getting into.
Hey, we have a couple questions about the show from
Wait,
our dear
don't
viewers.
Don't get into that yet. Hold
We'll
on,
get
hold
to
on,
that.
hold on. Oh yeah, I mean, we might sometimes keep videos just of like we might ask runners like, hey, if you have a VOD you want us to throw in the background of like something cool, we'll mute it and something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
We haven't really figured out that what we're gonna exactly do for YouTube at this point yet. Just it will still be happening on YouTube.
Yeah. Because
Okay.
eventually we'll maybe get ad revenue from YouTube if only 900 more people subscribe. So
If you haven't
do that.
subscribed to the YouTube, hey, check do
that.
that.
We have
Now
it on
that it's
YouTube.
becoming less YouTubey, our YouTube content. I don't know. There are people who just post podcasts on YouTube, and they do fine. So
Yeah.
it'll be fine. But yeah, we asked for some questions about the show itself, or us, or whatever. We got a couple of them from the fine folks in our Discord. Dear PB, you have both been up to some really cool stuff this year. What has been your favorite thing to run/work on, and do you have a favorite moment in particular? From Epic Yoshi Master.
Everything's hard.
Everything is hard. That is true. That wasn't really the question. The question was more.
Everything
what's
is
your
hard,
favorite?
therefore nothing is my favorite because
All right.
I hate everything.
Obviously, it's this show.
Yeah, of course.
I don't know. My two favorite things were probably the live show we did. That was super fun.
That was very good. That was this year. That was a long
right?
time ago. Yeah, that was
Everything
that
was this year.
that-
We started a
exactly.
year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was in April.
That was really fun. We were hoping to be able to do more of those since then. I was like trying to make one happen during SGDQ. Obviously, it didn't happen. I was hoping to do one during AGDQ 2023. Obviously, that's not happening.
Someday.
But someday we will do a live show again, all right?
Yes.
And it is fun. You will all show up, and you'll be like, wow, this was great. It was a once-in-a-lifetime experience. I'm so glad that I did this, and I bought the CD on the merch table on the way out.
Yeah, we're gonna have a merch table just like your favorite band would, and
Exactly.
we're gonna have
That's 'cause we are your
overpriced
favorite band.
T-shirts and the DVD of the performance, and what else do they have at band merch tables? Like sweatbands that you'll never wear,
Yeah,
weird stuff.
posters.
Ooh, true.
We have a poster.
Of
I
our
would
world
like to
tour.
do a live show with Need for Speedrunning.
True.
I think that'd be fun if it's just like the four of us doing like a speedrun panel or podcast panel. But and then just like, what's the term for when put two
Crossover?
podcasts? No, but there's like a term that
Oh.
it's like a cross
Cross
cast.
pod.
I don't know. Pod cross.
Pod cross.
Pod crossing.
Yeah.
Pod racing. That's what it
Yes.
is.
Right. That's the most exciting thing.
And then Think Fast has been fun. If you haven't been watching that, that's been a fun thing to do. Parentheses, doing the show itself. Like specifically hosting it. Think Fast, parentheses, all the work we have to do beforehand is work. But we get paid for
Yeah.
it, so it's fine.
But then we get to come up with good questions that have never been asked before and that nobody knows. So
It's true. Do you have anything different?
I don't know what else I did this year.
I did FF. That was fun.
I did some side projects.
Yeah, go check those out.
The whole one
I,
that's public.
I did some server moderation. I would put that on my least favorite thing to run/work on,
That makes sense.
and many of my least favorite moments. So that's cool. Yeah. Dear PB, what is the toughest part about hosting / crafting the podcast? From longtime listener. And longtime listener has a bonus question follow up, just so don't let me forget.
I mean, like we said, it was hard. Like, eventually it got hard to just find people that had roughly 1 hour runs or games that they could run for an hour.
Yeah.
While also providing good enough content for us.
Like, a really hard thing is, and again, that goes back to why we're changing the format, because it's actually really hard to be like, hey, we want you to do a run like you were doing a marathon, but not commentate it specifically. Don't talk about it. If there is something cool, then that's fine, but do your best to not talk about the run. That is like very opposite to like every other time that you would do a run in a sort of performance setting.
Yeah.
So like it's been difficult to try to like, and like we're not good at it.
It's hard.
It's hard to do. I am glad we did it for a while, because it was part of it was sort of the impetus for us making Think Fast, in terms of like the fact that we kept making disaster runs from people by distracting them. But now that we have another avenue for that, I think the time has come.
Yeah. We don't want to cannibalize our own other thing.
The weekly release schedule is pretty hard. Getting a new guest and coordinating with them to find a time that they can record every week is like, we finish recording, and then we're like, all right, well, we got to find somebody, and then I don't remember till Tuesday. So that's pretty difficult. Doing all that coordination in addition to all the coordination that we have to do, which is like a lot of the similar coordination we have to do for Think Fast. It's easy to get wires crossed. That definitely, you might have noticed that we got slower we got worse at uploading them for patrons on time, on theoretical patron time, around after July, and that is not a coincidence.
Yeah. It's hard to squeeze in, because I mean it also has to do with guest availability. Like a lot of them are like, all right, I can record Friday, and I'm like, well, we usually release Friday, but if that's the only time you're available, then sure.
Yeah.
So
like if it was just us, I mean, occasionally had a guest, it would have been a lot easier overall. But also, I don't think that would have been as fun. So
yeah.
And you would have gotten sick of our answers, because what do we know? I've
never speedrunned before.
Same. This is actually my first time. Yeah. It's the video you're watching right now.
this image.
Wait. Wait. It's all coming full circle. Other than that, hosting it's actually not that bad. As you could probably tell, we just kind of go off the rails really hard every time.
I would never.
So I guess the hard part is, I don't know, I've gotten pretty good at just talking and then talking and talking and talking and talking and talking between the many, many, many different commentary-based things that I do. The hardest part is not stumbling over my words, because I talk really fast. How's that?
True.
Cool. And our final question, this will be like the shortest episode we ever upload.
You missed the bonus question after saying
that's the bonus question. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Is what is the most unhinged rant from quote unquote season 1 of the pod, from longtime listener?
All of them.
I don't know, because I suffer from the curse where the moment that we stop recording, I don't remember anything.
Okay. Do you remember any of them?
I've ranted about. Okay, let me think.
You've ranted about leaderboards like 35 times.
I've ranted about leaderboards a bunch of times. I feel like I'm doing a lot. I do most of our ranting, I think.
Yeah. I don't have that strong enough opinions. Not yet. That'll be next season.
I have very strong opinions. Oh, whoa.
Next season will be very opinionated. And,
yeah, we've actually recorded all of season 2 already, and
yeah,
that's just a little sneak peek. God, could you imagine?
We've backloaded 55 episodes.
Oh, wait. Quickly think. The hardest part has been remembering to do Marathonathon Part 3. Okay, that's the real answer.
True. I would never.
Someday we'll do that. Or we'll just keep saying we're going to do it and then never do it as a bit.
Yeah, it's a fun bit that no podcast has ever done before.
Exactly. That's our bit. TM.
Yep. Please don't steal.
Okay. I've done a couple rants about Ironman, including on other podcasts.
True.
I've ranted. Is 40 Night a rant? That was pretty unhinged.
That happened. I mean, like,
That was,
I guess we can stretch the definition of a rant to just a long, off-topic topic. So I think that would include that.
I think if you send in a question that's like name an instance of like what's your that's like self-referential to the podcast, you got to give us a list
Such
because I don't remember any. I'm so bad at like example recollection.
We dedicated an entire episode to Angry Birds lore.
That's got to be it, right?
I think so. That's the
It's
one
got
that
to be
sticks
the
out
Angry
the most
Birds
to me.
one. That's got to be.
That was like a full 50 minutes
Yeah,
of
I feel like
chaos.
I don't. Yeah, it's got to be Angry Birds. Yeah. If you haven't watched that one,
Don't.
maybe watch it. If you were
Yeah.
if you were telling your friends, hey, you should check out this podcast that I listened to about speedrunning, and you wanted an entry point, I would probably say don't do the
Maybe
one
not that
where we
one.
talk about Angry Birds lore for 50 minutes.
But like, you could
Um,
maybe.
I mean, unless they're a big Angry Birds fan, then that's
Right.
probably then do it. I don't know. What do you think our best episode? No, I don't want to say that because that's like I don't want any of our
The
guests.
Dear PB Awards. Best
All right, the
guest
Dear-
goes
all
to
right. Best
us.
guest goes to us. Wow, we did it. I can't. I just like to thank everyone. All right, we'll do the Dear PB Awards ad hoc just to pad this episode time.
Oh boy, I gotta remember
but-
the whole last year of everything.
But like no, yeah. So only off the top of our head.
Worst
and-
guest.
and- no
None
no
of them.
category. No like normal categories.
Oh boy.
I want just weird ass nonsense categories. Best Celeste run moment.
Ooh, there's a lot of those.
There's a lot of those indeed. I feel like the entire Terrarium episode where we didn't answer a single question.
That was good.
That was pretty good.
All
So
right.
watch that one.
Best episode title.
Oh, I gotta look at them.
Yeah,
on.
I'm reading through them now.
YouTube.com
There's some good ones.
/PB.
There are some pretty good ones.
There's some pretty good ones. Please Donut is one of my
Please Donut.
favorites.
I think that one's best thumbnail.
That one is definitely best thumbnail.
Um,
I like
was-
naming every bird.
true.
I like sponsored by Green Apron.
Shout out to Green Apron.
Shout out to Green Apron. Ask Out GDQ is good. I forgot about that one. Oh, no. Okay. I think I'm going to say the best moment of the year
Okay.
is when we just talked about different Mario sports games
Yes.
for about 45 minutes. Oh, that's the official Corver moment for my favorite thing we did this year was that.
I don't even know mine.
That was so fun.
That was really good. I think all of our episode titles are good,
True. How can you pick? They're like our children.
including the combination of the Pokemon episode and then the Hat in Time episode.
Halftime episode. That was pretty good. Yeah. We were really good at this at the beginning, huh?
I mean, it was the obligatory Pokemon episode. Then it was the obligatory Hat in
That's
Time
true.
episode. I mean, it just made sense.
Make That Chuck Clap was pretty good too.
That is
But
good.
that was a bonus.
It is public, so
It is public. That
If
is
you're
true.
interested.
We did unlock it. All right. What else could we do? Worst VOD award goes to the one that I forgot to record
yeah.
with Shasta because
Yep.
I forgot to hit record and then we had to put a random like
It
PB
was
video behind
yeah,
it.
it was Shasta's PB, and then I think like a black screen at the end that was like, "Hey, we're still talking, but the run is over. Sorry about that."
Sorry. Yeah. And soon that'll be every video. They'll all be our worst
It'll be
one.
intentionally like that, so that's fine.
That narrowly takes out the win over ADEF's stream cutting out 90 times.
Yeah.
Most salt, or not most, salt's not the right word. Most
Saltiest moment.
most personal grudges aired on a single episode goes to Richard.
Of course.
against Adef for not mentioning him the episode before. What other categories can we do?
What was our longest episode?
What was our longest episode?
I think it was.
I mean, it would be the
Marathon Part
two-parter,
1.
but it'd be the two-parter.
Marathonathon Part 1 was an hour 42.
Yeah, that was pretty long.
Our most recent two-parter, Part 1 is 104.42 and Part 2 is 104.53. That is not intentional. That just conveniently happened to be right in the middle.
I can't believe Angry Birds is an hour 35. What was I doing?
What happened?
What happened?
Yeah, that happened.
All right, here's the deal. If
Okay.
you have ideas for categories,
Yes.
send in your categories to the form with the nominees. And next, we'll do a next week, which will be which should come out right after the new year.
January 2nd, yeah.
We will do the official Dear PB Awards.
Oh boy.
Assuming we get enough of those.
We'll also
and,
post this in the Discord and on Twitter and on
Yeah.
co-host. So
Yeah. So,
we'll be fishing for it.
because us looking at our episode titles and going,
That's funny.
what happened in that one? That was probably a good one. Huh.
What, do you not know the content of the White Claw effect featuring Sparkle? I mean, come on. It's all in the name.
God, how long ago is that now?
5 months. That was in July.
Goodness.
Or the end of June, actually.
Yeah. No, I don't remember anything that happened. So yes, send in your categories and your nominees. If two people send in the same category, we will merge the nominees. Just have a super category, and then join us next time for the awards.
And then if you're the guest on a given nomination episode and you pay us, we'll give you the vote, just like the Game Awards.
Should we have a guest on the nomination on the awards? Do you think we can get Jeff Keighley?
I think so. Yeah.
All right, we'll ask Jeff Keighley to be on.
Okay.
And that's it. This is gonna be a short one because it was largely an update about the format and how it's changing.
Yeah.
Again, don't be scared just because your podcast is changing.
Don't be
It's
weird.
natural. Yeah, and don't be weird. And so you know what we always say at the end of episodes. For once, it'll actually happen.
Wow. Don't be racist.
Bye.
Bye.